bienvenue. Welcome back to InfoScraps. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about verb conjugation. So what is verb conjugation? To put it simply, verb conjugation is when we change a verb to fit the tense and subject pronoun. Let us take an example. In English, to eat. We say, I eat, you eat, he eats, she eats, it eats, we eat, you eat, and they eat. It is here quite simple. Everything is the same and we just add an S for the third person singular. This is the truth for the vast majority of verbs except for a few like be and go. There are, a lot of patterns like this in French, but it isn't this easy. The verb endings are very diverse, ranging from as simple as E to as complex as O and S. And today that is what we are learning about, verb conjugation in French. And so without further ado, let us begin. Commençons! In English, verb conjugation is quite simple. There are only 2 verb endings for the regular verbs for 8 subject pronouns. You can learn more about subject pronouns in a former video of mine found over here. French is a bit harder. It has 5 or 6 verb endings for 9 subject pronouns. However, every cloud has a silver lining, and the big French verb conjugating one has one too. And this is that French categorizes verbs into different types, unlike English. The French verbs are categorized according to their ending, and this also decides how they should be conjugated. The 3 types of verbs are the regular ER verbs, the regular IR verbs, and the irregular verbs. And therefore, if you learn a verb in one of the regular categories, you have learned basically all the verbs in that category. The first category is the ER verb. ER verbs are the most commonly found in day-to-day conversation. There are a few irregular verbs like être and avoir that we will learn about later, but irregular verbs are, quite hard. Regular ER verbs are used everywhere, such as swimming, nager, which isn't exactly regular, but still an ER verb, and parler, to speak, and écouter, to listen. The IR verbs aren't as common but still regular, like finir, to finish, and bâtir. And lastly, there are the irregular verbs. Terrible irregular verbs. There is a little hope at the end though. The RE verbs, they're a bit regular. There's a pattern to them, like attendre and descendre. But the completely irregular verbs. Être, avoir, aller, venir. Those we just have to bear with. They are used almost every day in conversation, but you just have to memorize them. There's no other way to go. Now, take a few seconds to look at the board and memorize the types of verbs. This will be useful from the next video onwards, in which we will learn about verb conjugation in detail. In the following videos, we will learn about verb conjugation in more detail, beginning with the conjugation of ER verbs in présent indicatif, present indicative. And let's wrap up for today. Thank you and goodbye. Au revoir et merci.